Hey everyone, Mr. Russell here again. In this video, we're going to talk about how to graph compound inequalities, okay, from both the inequality itself and from interval notation. So this one's all about graphing. So if you have a question about how to solve a compound inequality, either the and or the or how to write interval notation, please look at one of the other videos. Okay, so let's start with this first one. We're going to look at two or compound inequalities. Okay, I have the first one represented as the inequality. The second one, the solutions are represented in interval notation. And we're going to look at how to graph in both ways. So first of all, okay, we're going to read the inequality. It says x is less than -2 or x is greater than or equal to 3. Again, when we graph, we want to graph the possible solutions to each inequality. So essentially, you want to think about what could x be, right? What could x be to make the statement true? You know, the or means that we need numbers that make either one true. Okay, just one of the two have to be true, not both. So you think of the first one, I want to know x is less than -2. So I want to figure out what numbers could x be that would make this statement here true. So essentially, what are the numbers that are less than -2? Okay, well, think about numbers that are less than -2. Anything to the left of that. So -3, -4, -5, so on and so forth. So I'm going to start by again thinking about what type of circle should I put at -2. Okay, and the two options are open or closed circle. We use an open circle when it is not equal to that number, okay? So either just less than or greater than, and I fill that circle in or we close it when that number could be a possible solution, okay? So if it could equal that number. So here, since x is just less than and not equal to -2, we're gonna put an open circle at -2, okay? And then from there, I wanna show its numbers that are less than, so my arrow is going to the left, okay? And then for my second part, x is greater than or equal to 3. Okay, so think about that. Could I put 3 into this inequality? Yeah, because if I substitute 3 in for x, then the statement will read 3 is greater than or equal to 3. That's true because 3 is equal to 3. So therefore, since 3 itself is a solution, we're going to use a closed circle. Okay, nope, pretend that was closed. That's a little bit better. Okay. Again, that's the key thing, folks. If it is not equal to, and if the inequality is not equal to, we use an open circle. If it is equal to, we fill that circle in. Okay? And then x is greater than or equal to 3. So all numbers that are bigger than 3, so I'm going to go to the right. Okay, there we go. So that's how we graph an inequality. Okay, in interval notation, what we're going to do is now, again, this is showing us what our solutions are. So it says my solutions start way off to the left at -infinity. They go to -4, and I see this parenthesis here. So we use a parenthesis in the same sense that we use an open circle. So that's telling us that at -4, we're going to use an open circle like we did in the first example at -2. Okay, and then our solutions stop. They start back up again at 0, and you notice we have a bracket at 0. Okay, we use a bracket the same way we use a closed circle. So I'm going to put a closed circle at 0, and then my solutions go off to infinity. Okay. So let's go ahead and graph that. So I know I have an open circle at -4. So I'm putting an open circle here. And my solutions start off at -infinity. So I'm going to draw my arrow to the left to say they started way off to the left there, -infinity. And they're going, and stopping at -4. Now at 0, again, there's a bracket there. So I'm going to put a closed circle. So here's my circle. I'm going to close it in. And then my solutions go from there and then go off to positive infinity. There we go. That's how we graph or compound inequalities. Okay. The next two, let's look at graphing two and compound inequalities. Okay, I'm going to give you one as the inequality itself and one again in interval notation. So ands are pretty unique because we kind of took these two inequalities and pushed them together essentially. Or what we're saying here is that my solutions for x are all the numbers that are greater than 1 and less than 5. You can also think of it as just saying all my solutions have to be in between 1 and 5, right? And it kind of matches the way you write it because I'm writing the compound inequality with x, which again, we're graphing what the solutions for x could be, is in between 1 and 5. So the question then becomes, all right, what kind of circles do we use? So you notice here, okay, it says x is greater than 1. Notice there's no line underneath it, so that means it's not equal to. So I use an open circle at 1. Same thing, open circle at 5. Because I also don't have a line drawn under the inequality symbol comparing x to 5. And then again, x is all the numbers in between there. Here we go. Okay. And this one down here, it says, I have a bracket, -3, comma 1. So again, inner rotation tells us what our solutions are. So it's saying we start at -3. The bracket means we use a closed circle at -3. And then my solutions stop at +1 with a parenthesis. So I'm going to use an open circle at 1. So closed circle at -3 is where my solutions start. Okay. And then my solutions are going over to +1. Parenthesis has been drawn, so it's an open circle. And it's all numbers in between there. Okay. That's all there is to it, everyone. All right. Please ask your teachers if you have any more questions. And thanks for watching this video.